What's up, Retro Maniacs? Show Day coming at you from Mike's Retro Trading Cards. And on today's video, I suppose I have a little addendum, amendum, something to the five-part Brady rookie card consolidation project. Hold on, it's going to be a bumpy one. But before we get to that, hit the music. All right, if you are watching this video, I really hope you went back or have been following along to the previous 5 videos I did on this topic. If you haven't, just a real quick summary. Video 1, I talked about why I was considering consolidating my Brady rookie card collection. Video 2, I talked about what cards I would be interested in consolidating to. Episode 3 was about the cards I was thinking about selling or trading. Episode 4, that was about the cards I was keeping in my PC. And then episode 5 was what I thought was going to be the conclusion. By the time we had recorded episode 5 and Mike was starting to edit it to put it on the channel, some things changed. So we put a little stinger at the end, the to be continued, some dramatic music, and here we are recording another video. So I'm not going to, make you wait till the end to talk about what I did or the fruits of what I did. I'm just going to get that part out of the way, and then I'm going to talk through why I did what I did and maybe, some regrets, maybe some, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see as I talk this out. Before I show you what I did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts once I go through this whole thing. Was I absolutely crazy for doing this, or do you think I did the right thing? So you probably have guessed it. If you didn't, I mean, the cards in this case. So I'm going to tell you it's probably what you think it is if you are a Brady collector. And yep, there it is. That is the big boy. That is the 2000 playoff contenders Tom Brady rookie ticket autograph. It is in a BGS 8 with really good subgrades. Centering 9.5, surface 9.5, edges 8, corners 7.5 for a BGS 8 near mint to mint. And the auto, I think most importantly, the auto was graded a 10. It's in the old label. It was graded back in 2015. So it's still got the white and blue label. I actually don't mind those. I kind of dig it. Unfortunately, the slab itself is scuffed up, so I'm probably going to take it to the National and get it re-slabbed there. It'll also make me feel a little comfortable once they crack it open and say, oh yeah, this is definitely real. I have no issues with believing in its authenticity, but it's just I'm a worrywart. What am I going to do? So yeah, there it is. That's the card. If you saw on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter and you saw me holding a Mickey Mantle PSA 1 from 1952, you would think that that's possibly what I was trading for. No, my trade partner just happened to have that card that he was thinking about trading or selling. I told him I think it would be pretty funny if he brought that along. Kind of make my friends, especially EP, jealous that I got to hold a 52 Topps Mickey Mantle card. But yeah, so I went out, I did this consolidation project. If you watched episode 5, you saw the 2 cards that I traded a lot of my cards for. One was a Fleer I'm already forgetting what they were. They're just out of my mind now, right now. No, the Fleer Autographics rookie auto, and then the Press Pass rookie auto, both in pretty nice grades, both with very crisp, clean autos. And I was perfectly satisfied with those cards. But there's always that in the back of your mind. Well, maybe I could get the SP Authentic. And that's kind of what I was thinking. Like that's kind of the one that was, if you watch episode 2, that was the one that was kind of the most attainable. Was the SP Authentic. You know, still not easily attainable, but at least somewhat more attainable. So I actually uploaded those cards to Veriswap. And I will check Veriswap much like I check eBay every morning. There's certain things that I always like. It's like, how you remember your parents maybe waking up in the morning and getting the morning paper, making a coffee and sitting there, going through. And that's kind of how I am with eBay. I'll sit in my office in the morning, have my cup of coffee, and I'll go through my saved watch list and I'll search for certain things. I started doing that with Veriswap with the 2000 playoff contenders Brady. And every time one would pop up, I would reach out to the person and say, hey, would you be interested in some sort of a deal? Everyone, for the most part, would say they are not looking to trade down. And I get that. I've said this before. I mean, most people don't want to trade down. Unless they're a dealer, because again, in most cases, it is much easier to move a $3,000 card plus another $3,000 card plus $1,000 card plus 500 and so on and so forth than it is to move a $15,000 to $20,000 card. It's just, I mean, there are a limited number of buyers for a card of that value. So, most collectors aren't looking to move down. They are looking to move up. A new listing came up, a 2000 playoff contenders rookie ticket auto, BGS 8. I saw some of the other cards the guy had. He had that mantle. He had a bunch of really, really cool stuff. He was, 5 stars on Veriswap. He's a veteran trader. So we started to talk on Veriswap, and I said, I'd really be interested. And I had uploaded some of my Brady stuff that I had, and he was like, "Hey, I'm willing to make a deal." And he goes, "Something like this, I really hate to mail. Basically, it would be cool if we could, meet up and do a trade there once we work out the particulars." And he was willing to work off of Veriswap. And, at first I was a little standoffish about that. To be fair, though, Veriswap doesn't actually authenticate anything. That's the one holdback that they have. They just basically look at the card or the slab to see, oh, this is what is listed. And then they move on. They don't look to see, oh, is that slab authentic? Is it fit? So me meeting up with someone and looking myself actually probably made me a little bit more comfortable. So we started talking off Veriswap. We talked on the phone a couple of times, and we kind of worked out a deal involving several Brady cards and some cash. Now, I'm not going to talk about specifically what I traded that night for this card because I don't think that really tells the full story. But it was like 5 or 6 cards and some cash. They're cards that I talked about in this consolidation project, the autographics, the press pass, a couple of other things so cards that I either acquired previously or acquired during a trade. What I thought would be more interesting is go through all the cards that I traded through various methods. I either traded or sold and kind of pushed all together up the hill to this card. Basically, from when I first started collecting in 2019, first started collecting again in 2019, because I think that tells a more interesting story. The way I justified owning this card, and trading for slash buying this piece of cardboard and a piece of plastic. And this is why I told my partner. This is why I told EP and Mike and our buddy Mike Jones when I talked to him about it as well. Is if I would have tried to buy this card when I first got back into the hobby, end of 2019, early 2020, it was probably, someone correct me if you have Card Ladder or something, it was probably like a $50,000 card. Height of the boom, Brady winning the Super Bowl, just absolutely ridiculousness, right? So what I was doing, while I knew I couldn't get that card, especially then, I was buying little cards here and there and kind of building a deeper collection. And I think, in my mind at least, it was almost like doing like a Christmas club, right? Like, so I would take a few dollars, buy a Brady card here, buy a Brady card there, and just kind of build this collection. And then, as it turned out, take those and turn it in. And I was kind of buying smaller Brady's and putting them into the savings bank, the savings account, right? And then once the contenders came down in value or down in cost, go out and maybe make a move for it. So that's a long way of saying I want to read all the cards that I ended up basically not having anymore to get that card. And it's a long list, and maybe I don't know if it'll be possible. So if it's not here, I apologize. But maybe we'll see if Mike can put. Actually, I'll lean this way. Maybe see if Mike can put this spreadsheet here. If he can, cool. If not, just follow along. I'm going to tell you what the cards that I listed cost me. Okay. Then at the bottom, I'm going to give you a total cost. And then we're going to talk about if I made the right decision or not. Okay. So the things I sold or traded to get this card and what it cost me. Upper Deck Pros and Prospects Brady Rookie SGC 9, $1,600. Pacific Prism Brady Rookie PSA 8. That was a gift, so $0 to me. Quantum Leaf Brady Rookie PSA 7, $275. Absolute Brady Rookie in a PSA 7, $650. Fleer Tradition in a PSA 7, in a SGC 9, $165. Playoff Prestige in a PSA 7, $550. Upper Deck Victory in a PSA 9, $500. Fleer Ultra Gold Medallion in a PSA 8, $430. Flawless Merino and Pickett out of 25, $482.35. Ouch. Flawless Merino and Pickett out of 20, $397.60. Ouch. Topps Triple Thread Brady, Moss, Lawrence Maroney. This one I didn't buy. It was part of a trade for another card. $125 in trade value. Flawless Merino and Pickett out of 10, $376.57. That one doesn't hurt as bad. That's probably not that far off in terms of current value. National Treasures Collegiate Christian McCaffrey Booklet RPA out of 49, $180. 1991 Soccer Shots Pele in a PSA 5, $30. 2020 Panini Flawless Warren Moon Auto out of 25, $55. 2011 Topps Chrome AJ Green SGC 8, $120. Now we're starting to get in some crazy stuff. SPX PSA 8 Tom Brady Rookie, $4,171. Wow, has that taken a hit? Bowman Chrome PSA 8 Brady Rookie, $2,200. That has also taken a massive hit. Playoff Contenders Round Numbers. I actually recently bought this kind of as an investment beyond the consolidation project. This was one that I got at such a good value. I could have probably listed it for $1,000 more and made a sale on it. So I got really, really good trade value out of it. $4,473.15. Topps Magic Merino and Dorset dual auto card in a BGS 9.5, $487.60. Cash for the Veriswap deal, a little under $1,100. And then finally, just straight up cash, straight cash homie, $4,500. Okay. If you look at that, it equals $22,850. So if you think about everything I've bought, now 99.9% of this, I don't know the exact number, but the vast majority of this was paid for using eBay money. So stuff I sold, whether it's McFarlane toys, whether it's Mage Knight figurines, whether it is sports cards that I had left over, whether it was stuff that I bought to then resell. You know, I did very well on the Fleer Ultra Avengers majority of a case that I opened. All of that was paid for from hobby money. I wasn't using credit cards. I wasn't using, I wasn't taking out a second mortgage or anything like that. It was all hobby money. Even the $4,500 in cash, which by the way was very difficult to get out of my bank. They were asking me if I felt safe to go home. They had me tell them what I was buying it for. And I want to do the Ozark thing where it's my money, give it to me, and if I want to Scrooge McDuck with it, I'll do that. But even the cash came out of my hobby account. So I've been doing fairly well since 2019, selling some stuff off and moving on from it. So while that is a huge number, and it really, really is, it's like trading, in my mind, it's trading old collectibles that I didn't particularly want or need anymore for something awesome. That's how I kind of looked at it. The one point here too, and if I sold all this stuff on eBay, there would have been about $3,000 worth if I could have sold it for exactly what I bought it for, and that's something a lot of people don't think about. There would have been about $3,000 worth of fees. So all told, I probably have invested in this Brady card about 19,000. Okay. So what is this card worth? Well, I would say it's probably about a $17,000 card. It's crazy to say that out loud. It really, really is. Believe me, I get it. I totally get it. Is this a card that maybe a year from now, 6 months from now, maybe when he's in the Hall of Fame in a couple of years, is this a card I could see myself moving on from? Because again, it's ridiculous. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I've owned it. I own it now. It's kind of like the kid who's really excited, Christmas Eve and Christmas morning to go down and rip open the presents. And then after they do, they end up playing a video game that they've had for years. Like, that's kind of how I feel a little bit about it. I mean, again, awesome card. And I love having it. But, let's put things in perspective here a little bit. It's a piece of cardboard and a piece of plastic. And compare that feeling to opening up a case of Picard cards that I just opened up for $1,500, which was just an absolute blast. Like, that feels more satisfying at the end of the day. So do I regret it? No, I don't, because I can take this card and I know it's still pretty liquid, right? I can put it up on eBay tomorrow, list it for $20,000 and get a ton of offers for it, I am sure. And it's easier to do that than go through the work of selling everything I just listed off, right? So from that aspect, I feel really, really great about it. From the what are you doing aspect, yeah, I get it. It's a silly thing to really have. But it's mine now. I kind of got that grail that I wanted. And as I'm, talking through it, yeah, I want people to understand, I realize how lucky I am. I realize, I worked hard to be able to afford what I can afford, but it's still, there's a lot of luck involved in that, and I don't take that for granted at all. I have I've talked about it before. I have a great partner who is very supportive. So, if he would have been like, "What are you doing? Don't do that," I wouldn't have. But he is, like I said, he's very supportive about me having some fun with this silliness. So at this point, I don't want to ramble on too much. I will say I'm excited to have this card. It is a beautiful card. I'm a little nervous also to have this card. I don't know if I'm going to display it, if I'm just going to put it into my safe. I honestly don't know. But I'm glad to have it for now. We will see, a year from now, maybe 6 months from now, maybe 5 years from now. We'll see where this ends up. But I hope you've enjoyed this journey. I don't think there's going to be another post credit scene to this whole thing. I don't think so. Maybe, who knows? But hope you've enjoyed this journey. Please comment down below. What do you think? Am I crazy? What would you have rather had? That whole list of cards I just listed and the cash. Would you rather have that, or would you rather have this 2000 playoff contenders BGS 8 Tom Brady rookie autograph? Let me know below. Hit like, subscribe. It's free. Please do it. We appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot.